essence, life is responding to you and through you. And if you don't understand that, you will always be a victim to life. You will always feel like life is getting the upper hand. But all it requires is for you to learn how to master you. Meaning, you either are allowing your circumstance to dictate your thoughts and emotions constantly, or you're learning to rise above your circumstances and being and thinking and emotionally relating to your life in the way you choose to, regardless of what's happening. So this is why it's so important to learn to master yourself, because life will be life. So in the manifestation community, we're always talking about how important it is to learn to live in the end, as taught by Neville Goddard, or to feel the feelings of your wish fulfilled. There's not a whole lot of people leading the way in teaching how to get there, right? How to get your mind and your body in alignment to be literally in your wish fulfilled. And y'all know I talk a lot about Dr. Joe Dispenza, and right now one of my favorite meditations from him is called Reconditioning the Body to a New Mind. Now, why this meditation is so effective is because we place so much emphasis in the manifestation community on positive thinking. And I'm here to tell you, as somebody who's been doing this for most of my life, manifestation is more than just positive thinking, right? You can affirm all day, and if your body does not believe you, you will have so much resistance. Raise your hand if you've been there, right? Part of what Dr. Joe does in pretty much all of his meditations, but it's so effective, is the induction process. He gets you to relax and to get your mind from beta brainwaves to alpha brainwaves and theta and gamma. The purpose of his induction is to get you to focus on anything but what you've been focusing on. Like taking your attention away from your five senses, taking your attention away from everything external, every person in your life, every circumstance you got going on, everything you were doing, every task you were thinking of tackling, and just going within, right? Going into the void. And he does that through convergent and divergent focus. You'll learn a lot more if you get into his work. This particular meditation does that. It does the induction phase. And then what's so potent and powerful about it is that he takes you on this journey. And he says, now, what would courage feel like? And if you don't know what courage will feel like, now's your chance to imagine what courage feels like or looks like for you. And so he gives you the time and the space in this meditation to envision, and not just to envision, but to teach your body what courage feels like by feeling the emotions of courage. So, everybody's brain works a little bit different. Everybody's imagination works a little different. So maybe in that moment, you would think of doing something that terrifies you, but see yourself doing it. And you would imagine or envision or try to conjure up the feeling of what that would feel like if you were being courageous. And he does several other scenarios of different emotions. And the reason he does that is because most of us don't give ourselves the opportunity to feel into that potential reality where what we want actually is already so. We conditioned ourselves to feel into the lack of what we want so much that we continue to perpetuate lack. Because you don't get what you want in life, you get what you are conscious of being. And if you are constantly conscious of being separate from your good, you're going to unconsciously continue to manifest a life where you do not have the good which you desire. Man, that's a bar. Now, the reason this is so important to practice emotions aside from the ones that you've been practicing, given whatever's going on in your reality, is because everybody has something happening in their lives that's not great, right? Everybody got problems, right? But it's how you deal with those problems and how you rise above them, and whether or not you make those problems more permanent than they need to be by either attaching or detaching from the circumstances. Meaning you either are allowing your circumstance to dictate your thoughts and emotions constantly, or you're learning to rise above your circumstances and being and thinking and emotionally relating to your life in the way you choose to, regardless of what's happening. That means that all hell could be breaking loose, and rather than tuning into everything that's going wrong, you might hold on to a morsel of something that you're grateful for. And that keeps your mood in a high vibrational state. And that will affect the chaos that's going on. It will create more harmony, more coherence, because you control your emotions, you control your thinking, you control your state of being. That is more powerful than any fact in your reality. And so this is why it's so important to learn to master yourself, because life will be life, but in essence, life is responding to you and through you. And if you don't understand that, you will always be a victim to life. You will always feel like life is getting the upper hand. But all it requires is for you to learn how to master you. You have to learn how to master yourself in a way that, regardless of the circumstance, you decide how you want to feel. You decide how you want to think. You decide who you want to be. Repetition is the key foundation of all learning for human beings, or just any species for that matter. If you master it, you will give your body a taste of each of those emotions that he walks you through. And you will literally recondition your body to a new mind that now has the capacity to live in a reality where you are courageous, where you are abundant, where you are free, where you are healthy, where your body has so much vitality. But if you can only live with your five senses and you never tap into your human ability to create from within through the wonderful human imagination, as Neville says, that is the God of your reality, is your imagination, because you do not live life without perception. There's an observer in you that is living this life, imagining, assuming things, basically controlling you, and is in control of your program. And you got to get a handle on it. And if you don't, you're going to continuously create the same patterns. So recondition the body to a new mind. That's my recommendation. I swear by that right now. So many other meditations that I absolutely use repetitiously, but right now that's my dog. That's my ace boom coon right now. So anybody that's curious about Dr. Joe's work, tap in, comment below if you've done that meditation, you know what I'm talking about. And shout out to you if you are continuing to learn how to master yourself so that you can practice higher elevated emotions and living in the frequency of what it is you actually want to call in. Because you really do need to become a master of reconditioning your body to a new mind if you want to really call yourself an alchemist. Because you don't get what you want, you get what you are conscious of being. And beingness is your personality, which is how you think, how you feel, and what you do. Okay? This is your reminder. You got this.